Welcome back to Last Night I Watched. I'm your host, Carlos. With me today, I got my good pal, Ian. What's up, Ian?
Let's go, man.
Good, good. We also got Mark over here. How's it going, Mark?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Good. Today we watched Nope, the new Jordan Peele movie, starring Daniel Kaluuya as O.J. Haywood, Keke Palmer as Emerald Haywood, Brandon Perea as Angel Torres, and Michael Wincott as Antlers Holst. Oh, gotta mention Steven Yeun, too, as Ricky. This movie is an alien film, the newest Peele joint. He went in a different direction from his first two films. This is his third feature film. And I think it's a lot more relaxed than the first two films, like plot-wise, story-wise. I think it's just a big theatrical spectacle, as he's saying in all of his interviews that I've been watching. He just wanted something for moviegoers to go enjoy with an audience. Well, Ian, what do you think about this one?
I told Mark, I think I told you also, I told everyone when I walked out of the theater, I just left with this sense of, it was a, like, what did I say? Much ado about nothing. Just, I walked away and just like, well, that was the thing. All right. I don't know if I was just riding a high after we saw Gremlins. I was just like, man, like, you know, the movies are fucking awesome. You know, like that was such a great experience. And then after walking out of this, it's like, you know, oh, I forgot. Sometimes movies can be a letdown too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
Do you think it was too much hype behind it?
No, not necessarily. I thought they did a good marketing job of not giving too much away. I'll give it that. I don't know, because I was looking forward to this, and you know, I wouldn't say I don't know. It just left me very what's that called when you're just indifferent? Maybe
unfulfilled.
Maybe because he came out Get Out. I like that. Came out with Us. That was, again, I kind of left feeling the same way. And now that I'm leaving the theater feeling this way again, I'm kind of worried about the guy's career. I'll say that for now.
Okay.
You know, what do you guys think?
Yeah, Mark, what do you think?
Well, when Kathy and I left the theater, she asked me what I thought of it, and I couldn't answer her, and I don't know if I could answer her now. She, I don't know. I'm still undecided. Yeah, it was an okay movie. It had cool parts of it. There were parts of it where it's like, God, will this ever end? Kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, it drug at times.
So, and this is the first one of his movies I've ever seen, and I was talking to Ian before about Get Out, and he's kind of piqued my interest in a little bit, so I might go ahead and watch that. I've seen promos for Us, and I have absolutely no desire to see that.
That one I think you could skip.
And so, yeah, I get that same M. Night kind of vibe. If this is the way, you know, you guys are talking about his movies kind of sliding downhill a little bit, you know, this might be the last time I watch one of these movies. And this will definitely be the last time I watch this. I have no desire to watch it again.
I feel the same way.
So,
yeah. What do you think?
I'm the total opposite. I actually really liked it.
Nice.
I was entertained. I think I enjoyed living in the world with these characters as well, hanging out with the brother and sister duo. I thought they had great chemistry, Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer. Even Brandon Perea, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything really.
Either, yeah.
But he was playing the Fry's
that was
associate.
Sad. That makes me sad. I miss Fry's.
I know, right? I think they went underwater, right? Fry's?
Yeah.
Yeah, which it's kind of strange. I guess Fry still exists in this movie's universe or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's how he was able to use it, because they went under, so they can't like sue him or anything.
I mean, really, there's not many people in the store.
No,
when
yeah.
they're in there.
It was cool that they showed the UFO store too. I think that one's based in L.A. or it was.
I think it was in like New Mexico, like where like Roswell or something. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
It might be in LA, but
I don't think I've ever visited it.
I haven't either. I remember the ones here though.
Yeah, rest
Sacramento.
in peace.
Yeah,
Rest in
yeah. I
peace to
live not too
Fries.
far from where the one. Do you remember the one in Roseville with the train coming out of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my Fries that we
So
always used to
cool.
go to. Miss
Yeah.
that place.
Yeah, it's cool that Peele included Fries because it is beloved in history. Going down with Circuit City as well.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was surprised by the twist. I think you guys are saying that there's the M. Night Shyamalan twist. We're expecting there to be little green men running around, and then he completely turns it to make the UFO as the alien. Oops, sorry, spoiler alert.
That's okay.
Might have to cut
we
that.
can do what I did with the black phone and like put that disclaimer at the very beginning.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Because
But-
yeah, we should talk about spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. We're spoiler territory, guys. So the film opens with Stephen Yeun. Well, it doesn't open up with Stephen Yeun. We don't know him yet. It opens up with a chimp with a lot of blood around on some sort of set, it appears to be. I thought that was a very disturbing way to open the film. I was uncomfortable in my seat when that happened. And then, of course, we go to the farm where we see Keith David and his son, Daniel Kaluuya. I was really stoked. I was like, Keith David, let's
Right.
go.
Yeah, that was cool. But then, oh no, he's dead.
Yeah, he dies in
Yeah.
the first like
I
couple
was like,
minutes.
God damn it, that's a bummer. Yeah.
Keith David, he was in They Live. He's in all the greatest Alien films. He even played the Arbiter in Halo.
Right, I was telling Christian that last night. Yeah.
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 What else? He was in The Thing.
The Thing. He's this. I brought this up. He's the stepdad. He's Cameron Diaz's stepdad, and there's something about Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How'd you get the beans?
Yeah,
Above the
yeah.
fridge?
Is it a Franco to beans? Yeah. Yep. He's great. Great actor.
He's the best.
Yeah.
And I thought I was listening to an interview with Peele on why he selected Keith David. He wanted somebody with a lot of weight because that character is obviously not in the film for very long. So he wanted somebody who was a heavy hitter who would make an impact. And I mean, seeing Keith David, you're excited, and then you go, oh, he's dead.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Yep, I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So Daniel Kaluuya, what'd you guys think about his performance, the main character, OJ?
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I liked him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably the one I probably cared for the most.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is his second film with Peele. The first one was Get Out, of course. And then I think he won like an Oscar or something recently for another film.
That wouldn't surprise me. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's really good. One thing I can say about him in this film is the lighting. They really knew how to light him, especially at nighttime when he's
Right.
like in his car and he's looking around and all you could see is like the whites of his eyes.
Right.
I thought that was incredible. I can't remember who Peele said his cinematographer was on this one, but they did an amazing job lighting all those night shots.
Yeah, it's definitely a very well shot film.
Yeah.
Movie, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It looks good. The cinematography's good. I think the special effects are pretty good too, like UFO wise.
Yeah, the UFO. Yeah, the CGI monkey I thought looked pretty bad.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty bad.
I agree. That looked like Planet of the Apes.
It looked worse than Planet. I haven't seen those movies since they came out. I remember liking them for the most part. I remember those looking better, but again, I haven't seen them since they came out, so maybe a rewatch would kind of show flaws. But it just effects wise, it just did not look good to me at all. UFO was fine for the most part.
Yeah, I thought it looked great towards the end. The UFO towards the end, it actually gave me Annihilation vibes with Natalie
Okay.
Portman.
Yeah, you showed that to me, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of the same vibes.
Interesting
Like
movie.
there's something bigger out there. There's some sort of like Peele keeps saying spectacle. It's very spectacle-ish.
This movie's not about race per se, although obviously race does interact with this idea of spectacleization. Like I said, the film is about spectacle and our addiction to spectacle and the fact that we're being drawn to it, but it's also about our inner our inner need, whether we have it or not, to be the spectacle, to be seen. to be recognized for who we are and what we are.
Yeah, I think that movie executes that way better.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
I got kind of a small vibe of having a cocoon and then having the butterfly. That's the first thing that hit me. It's like,
that's a good one.
That's what it did.
That's interesting, yeah.
But then I really got to look at it more closely. It didn't work for me.
It doesn't work for me either. We were talking about it. It just, like, I said it looks kind of like a weather balloon or something. You said it looks like a sheet.
Yeah.
I agree. It's, you know, it's... And I read, you know, I try not to read too much, but afterwards I was just like, I wonder what, like, kind of people are saying, like, review-wise about this movie after I saw it last night. And someone said, like, not since H.R. Giger have we seen such intricate alien design. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a flying asshole, and then it's a sheet. Like, I don't... This looks like the fact that you're comparing it to H.R. Giger designed the Xenomorph from the Alien franchise... I don't see that whatsoever. To me, that's one of the greatest designs ever. Not even talking about aliens or just movies in general. It's just one of the greatest designs of all time. The fact that someone compared it to that made me scratch my head. But.
And even when it showed its mouth, you know, it looked like this mechanical square opening that kept, you know, moving around. Looked like it was trying to size up how big it was going to be to eat whatever it was it wanted to eat. It's just.
Yeah.
It was like a green tarp was opening up several times.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Mark, really. It's just kind of, like a whimper. It was like and the movie goes out with a whimper, too. Like, the ending is just, like, it doesn't go out with a bang for me.
Yeah, there weren't any big teeth or anything, but I kind of felt like that's like turning the genre a little bit. Like, let's not just go with the next Xenomorph where he's chomping people's brains out. Let's try something a little bit different. I enjoyed that.
And that's fine, but again, like, you brought up Annihilation. Isn't it kind of, aren't the aliens kind of like that in Annihilation a little bit, unless I'm mistaken?
I remember Natalie Portman going up to the Annihilation alien, and it's like a big portal that was like lighting up the whole time.
Yeah. Again, it's not necessarily, I can maybe excuse the design if the execution was better. If it just, I don't know, it just kind of was just a little, meh, I don't know.
When it, you know, who am I talking about here? Okay, Angel. He tied himself up with the barbed wire, you know, so it wouldn't suck him away, you know, and so it started sucking up barbed wire and fence posts and all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, fucker's dead, you know.
Yeah.
And then as it went around the house, you know, and you could see it through the windows, it looked like it was fading and starting to wrinkle up and that kind of stuff. I'm like, they killed it. The barbed wire did it, you know. Then all of a sudden they unfurl this, you know, ship sail.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, man, come on. You know, if you're anything, you know, kill it off and maybe have a second one in the cloud or something like that. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, what do you guys think about the unmoving cloud? Was that like its home base or something, or
I guess.
a portal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think that was kind of a good idea. That was kind of cool.
Sure. It just, but but when I think about it, I told you this, like, when I'm trying to speculate, I'm just like, it just gets to the point, like, I don't care. Like, was it this? Was it that? I don't know, and I don't really care. Like, it just, I don't know. Something about this movie just, I think he was just focused too much on the spectacle and not enough on the plot.
Right.
The plot for this movie, and the side plot, just, it just, again, execution. I'm not a screenwriter, you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know how to write a movie, but I think this was fairly poorly written, for the most part. And again, I think they were just focused a little too much on the spectacle aspect of it. And I like, you know, like, but see, that's what works about a movie like Jurassic. Like, Brandon Perea, is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
He was saying, like, you know, Jordan Peele had him watch all these movies, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, Jaws. You know, I read Jordan Peele, one of the inspirations for this was Jurassic Park. So, let's take those three movies, all by Steven Spielberg, great spectacles, but also wonderfully written, great dialogue, interesting characters. I don't think this really has any of that. Personally, I think you can't just have a spectacle. I think you got to have a decent story as well along with it.
Yeah.
And just this movie just didn't get to that for me.
I did hear somebody say that, like, Peele, he comes swinging out with his first film, Get Out, very heavy on the script, very heavy on the substance, but then he, like, progresses a little bit more, and he decides to focus more on the lens and the spectacle, like we're saying, and kind of, like, not going fully with the script.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
And
Well, but that's one thing that I might have said was a positive about this, is you hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to go see that, that's too woke, I'm not going to go see that piece of TV or whatever. They're talking about politics and stuff. This one, I felt like very little on the politics.
Yeah.
I mean, we did have like an all ethnic cast.
Yeah.
I don't remember any, maybe the white people in the beginning.
Right.
But
Yeah, Ricky Jupe, his mate was white.
Right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I think that was kind of the point, was just have, he's done all the politics in his first two films. Let's just have like an entertaining.
Us was political.
A little bit, maybe with the
Yeah.
hands around the world. I'm still trying to dissect what
That was
hands
a
around
thing
the
they
world.
did in the 80s. That was an actual thing that they tried to do.
Yeah.
was.
But I didn't understand why it was in the film.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, I don't want to talk too much about it because, well, you said you're not going to. I don't want to make this an us discussion. But yeah, that and just the that whole concept of people underground, to me, was just kind of, again, silly.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, again, kind of like this movie, has its creepy moments, but it just, and again, for me, lack of mood and atmosphere. Us had a little bit of that, but this, to me, not much. And if it did, it just kind of fell flat.
I did, from the trailer, I did think that this film would be a lot more atmospheric. I'll agree with that. But, like, speaking layer-wise, I feel like this film was about Hollywood in a way. And I feel like that, I was trying to dissect what the heck was going on with Stephen Yeun's story. He was a child actor as a kid. He watched a horrible incident where he was on set and a monkey went crazy and killed his co-stars. I thought that the performance of him flashing back to that was amazing. He's like explaining like a SNL skit and how amazing that is. And then he kind of gets lost in his words and he experiences the trauma again. And then it flashes back to his face and he's like, yeah, anyway, you guys just got to check it out. I thought that was a great performance. I felt like that might have been a take on just Hollywood, how it treats kids in general. Because, you'll see some traumatizing shit. You'll get molested by Michael Jackson. Some weird shit's going to happen to you. But you got to eventually grow up and still be in that environment. You still have to entertain people in the future when you're a star. And I think that's why Stephen Yeun is running this UFO event at his park. He's perfectly fine with showing this creepy ass UFO that eats horses and making sacrifices and everything, because he's been traumatized in the past and doesn't know that it's kind of fucked up that you're just feeding horses to an alien.
So basically, Stephen Yeun's character is a dumbass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he kind of is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because he goes to fist bump
Yeah.
the monkey when he's a kid.
Yeah. So I told everyone this last night. I stand by it right now. You could take that whole fucking thing with the sitcom out of this movie. Doesn't change a thing.
Right.
Yes.
Does not change a thing.
Right.
It's just there because it's this. I mean,
Because it's disturbing,
but
yeah.
at the same time, it's like now I said that last night. I'm like, it is disturbing imagery. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it's just kind of fucking silly. Like, it has the fact that it's just kind of there just to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of loses that for me. It kind of loses the disturbingness. It's just like, well, that's just there. Okay, it's damn near laughable for me, like, now that I think about it, which it shouldn't be. It's just, like, they almost try to go, like, and again, when the horse freaks out in the very beginning, and that's how they lose that job, they're trying to, like, trained animals can be unpredictable, but that doesn't go anywhere. That
Right.
theme that they were trying to instill doesn't go anywhere for me.
Right.
I keep saying for me. I'll just stop saying that. Going forward, everything I say is my opinion, as obvious. But and a problem I had So at first I'm like, oh, the Saturday Night Live thing. I'm like, that's funny because like they name drop, you know, Daryl Hammond, Anna Gasteyer, Sherry O'Terry, Chris Kattan, and Chris Kattan played the monkey, that's how definitely that skit would have gone. But then I had a problem with that because this Stephen Yeun's character starred in fictional properties. It was something like Kid Sheriff. This show, to my knowledge, the Gordy's Home, that was a fiction that never existed. That's fake. But then they bring in an actual property, Saturday Night Live, that parodied fake stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. So Saturday Night Live made fun of an event that happened on a sitcom where people got killed by a monkey.
Right.
And they thought that was in good taste. And I'm asking my friends, I'm like, did they just make fun of it? Because Stephen Yeun's saying how like big the show was when it first came out and everything. And I was like, was he implying that they made fun of it while it was big or after the tragic incident? And my friends are like, I got the impression that they made fun of it after the tragic incident. I'm like, there's no way in hell that would have happened. And I know it's a movie. You got to suspend your disbelief. But when you're introducing fictional properties and then you bring in an actual property with actual actors, again, that Gordy's Home thing, all those actors are fake, as we know. But when you name drop like Daryl Hammond, Sherry O'Terry, Chris Kattan, real people, that does not mesh for me. If they would have been like, oh yeah, and then it was parodied on Friday Night Sketch Show, another fictional property, that probably would have worked better. When you bring in actual Saturday Night Live with real people, I was just like, I don't think that works.
That's interesting.
I don't think that works at all.
You know why it worked for me?
You can't set up these fictional things and then have a non-fictional thing intertwine with these fictional things and try to make it work. I just thought that was just did not work.
It worked for me because we just recently went and saw a Q&A with Joe Dante, and they did the same exact thing. Gremlins, what was it like pitching it in the meeting, you know? And Joe Dante was like, you ever see that Key and Peele sketch where they're just throwing out a bunch of Gremlins 2 ideas? It was just like that. So you need to go watch that one. And it's like, oh, okay, that's exactly... It's actually really meta hearing Joe Dante drop Key and Peele, and then in this film they're doing like SNL. Because
Gremlins 2 is very meta. But Carlos, I think the reason why that sketch works is because it's a comedy sketch. It's not a horror film. I think that's why it works. That's that's just, you know, I've never written a movie, so I can't really judge, but everything about Stephen Yeun's character, the only purpose he serves is to show that the alien devours people. Other than that, you could take everything about him out, and the fact that he runs the little what do you call that, amusement park, I guess you call it, because it plays later on the end when like the thing takes photographs from the well. You could just take all that out, wouldn't change the movie.
Yeah, that is interesting. You probably could. Yeah, I'll admit that.
It's almost like it was a George Lucas situation where too many people were just going, yes, that would be so great. It'd be such a striking scene. There weren't enough people going, are you sure? Are you sure this monkey killing people? Are you sure this should be in the movie? It's almost maybe it belongs in another movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
good. I'm glad somebody thinks
I
the way I do
could
about
tell
that.
when you brought up like there's something about this movie. I had a feeling it was gonna be that. Yeah.
There's absolutely no reason for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have to have a sacrifice, or maybe he's done it before and he thinks he needs a sacrifice or something. I don't know.
I was confused about that too. Was this the first time he had done this in front of an audience?
It didn't sound like it.
Exactly. So why does the alien now suck everyone up?
Yeah, well, you would think like
my friend said that this was his first time, but it sounded like it wasn't his first time doing this.
Yeah. You would think that the Haywood farm would at least know about it. Oh yeah, up there they always do this gig where they show off an alien or something. But no, they didn't know.
Because isn't that why the Haywoods and him are tied? He's getting horses from them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he wants to buy those horses back, but
right.
How are you going to buy back a dead horse?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is a little plot hole right there where he's like, and now let's do the show in front of like a couple people. Like it's not even a packed house.
And I'm not trying to poke holes. It's just like, it was just too glaring for me. Mm-hmm. Too glaring for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, that's the type of stuff though that brings it down. You know, especially for me, you know, it's got its decent moments and it's got all this other crap. And everybody, you know, the guy from Fry's, you know, and I'm sorry, Ricky, Steven, which I guess I know now why, you know, Ricky, the one with the park, I guess I know why he's okay with the alien. But now the guy from Fry's, you know, he's okay. He knows about the aliens. Like, everybody around here knows about the alien, you know, and so is it New Mexico by Roswell, you know,
I don't know.
And they're used to this stuff?
I think they're like closer to LA.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Because that's like, they're like, they kind of like, what do you call that? Like, what do you call, oh Jesus, they like contract out to movie studios or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like their ranch kind of like contracts out when like a movie or something a production needs horses.
Yeah.
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 So that would make sense that they're closer to LA.
Yeah. What'd you think about the fact that our main character's name is OJ? Did that do anything for you?
Not really.
I mean, there's the gag when he's introduced.
Right.
They're like, "Oh, OJ, oh, OJ, okay." The white lady's just
Yeah.
like,
I mean, his dad was Otis Sr. and he's just Otis Jr. OJ.
yeah.
So
I don't know if Jordan Peele's trying to reclaim the name somehow, or
Maybe.
if he's trying to say like OJ's innocent. I don't know. Maybe.
the music, I loved the music this year.
Good, yeah.
That was
Decent
some
music.
good stuff.
Oh yeah, they were playing some good music, and they slowed down that one song.
Yeah, the sunglasses at night, and then you get like a
Yeah.
chopped and screwed version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more leaning toward, you know, hers than the 80s pop songs.
Right,
you know.
right, yeah, right. Yeah.
But yeah, I like that. And I like the sound every once in a while because the alien made different sounds depending on what was going on at the time. And some of those sounds I thought were pretty cool.
Samantha pointed out that it might not make its own sounds, but it's whatever it's digesting is making screaming sounds. Like whenever it's eating a horse, you hear the like in the
Yeah.
background, kind of in the sounds.
I was almost under the impression that it was not eating horses.
So that was the thing is, Steven Yeun had the deal with it. We're gonna do this goddamn show, and you're gonna eat my goddamn horses, and we're gonna make money. But then Keke Palmer and Daniel, they feed it the statue, and that seems to upset it. So then it starts
Right.
going on the hunt because it couldn't digest it. It's like, I'm never eating that shit again. I'm gonna start eating humans. So I think that's where they kind of screwed it up.
Is that why it like? Because I was asking like it turns into a Slayer song, and it's just the blood's pouring down, and I'm like, why did it do that? And then my friends, Christian and my brother were like, I think maybe it was mad at them.
Mm. Yeah,
I don't know.
that was a cool visual too,
Sure.
having the lightning strike, and you
Yeah.
can barely see like the puddles of blood just going down the whole house. I really like that. Very suspenseful too. Like they're all like, "Oh man, are we gonna get eaten next?" And Daniel Kaluuya's character is just chilling out in his car, hoping it'll pass.
Right.
What'd you guys think about? I actually enjoyed it, having rules to your monster, and the rule it seems in this film is you can't make eye contact with it. I really like that.
Yeah, it was different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that, I think. And that would, it really differentiates between, the people that are at the park, and everybody's, looking up at it and stuff. And then OJ figures that out, because of how the horse reacted at the commercial. I'm going to call it a commercial on what they were doing. I like that. That worked for me.
Yeah. What do you think, Ian?
Didn't work for me.
No, having
Well,
rules.
Well, not just rules, just that rule.
Right.
Because I don't get. Okay, so horses have that rule. Why
Right.
does this extraterrestrial being have that rule also?
Because it's
So-
eating so many of them. It knows.
Sure. Yeah.
You said the
Osmosis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said Jurassic Park was kind of influenced. Maybe the T-Rex don't look at it, or I guess for T-Rexes in Jurassic Park, it's don't move, huh?
Yeah. And that's the thing. So I also read Jordan Peele was inspired by Signs. And, Signs is fine. I think it's one of his M. Night Shyamalan's better movies. That movie's all about setting things up and then having the payoff. Because we're set up with that, at the commercial, that's what freaks the horse out. And then that's what makes Daniel Kaluuya's character realize that. That's like everything in Signs is a setup. The little girl leaves like half glasses of water around the house that kills the aliens later on. You know, Joaquin Phoenix used to be a baseball player. He uses a baseball bat to swing at the aliens. You know, everything with Mel Gibson losing his faith, and you know his wife when she's dying tells I forget Joaquin Phoenix's character, you know, swing away. That pays off in the end. I think he's taken too many cues from M. Night Shyamalan with the twists and all that stuff.
What did you think of the barn scene with the kids?
I was creeped out. I was like grabbing my seat. I was like,
out in the theater. But I kind of knew though. I kind of knew like that's not what they're going for. There's more to this.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the kids just playing a prank. I guess.
He punches one of them. I think that's great.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, the audience was laughing at that one in theater.
You are right, Ian. Though it's a it doesn't match the rest of the film. That little segment there. Yeah.
In the barn.
Yeah. I'm sorry if that's what you were going for.
I just I had a feeling like this is probably gonna be not what we're thinking, because I know Jordan Peele, and I know that he likes his twists.
Yeah.
Setting something up and then no. So it was like, I had a feeling.
I was buying it, and then OJ was like, OJ's like, nope.
They say that too much in this movie.
I don't know, because every time that they said it, I was saying it too.
But it was just like, yes, I understand the movie's called Nope.
That's the name. That's the name of the movie.
Exactly.
There it is.
It's just like they did it too much. They did it a few times, sure. They did it too much. Again, for me.
Yeah.
No, I would stop saying that, but yeah. I guess Nope is supposed to mean not of planet Earth.
Yeah, that's like a theory that some people are saying. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's clever if that is what they're going for.
But you were saying that you had a problem with Michael Wincott's character. I thought he was pretty good. He seems like a very authoritative figure in there, especially in the beginning when they're trying to shoot that commercial. He's just like giving them the one answer, like, yeah, okay, sure. And then later on, they're going to him for advice, going to him for help, and he's like, I don't know, I'm busy, but I kind of owe your dad a favor or something. It's like, okay, cool. And he actually shows up and has that homemade camera that can actually work on without electricity. I thought that was really cool. He was a cool character. The one thing, I couldn't hear what he said before he went up on the hill solo and basically killed himself.
Brandon Pereira's character?
Yeah.
Something about like, we can't get the impossible or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I throw his character in with the same Monkey Mania sitcom. Take him out, same movie.
Interesting.
There's no, what's the point of his character?
Yeah, I suppose so. He does die.
I think they were going for a Quint.
Yes.
And Quint serves a purpose though in Jaws. I thought that's another problem I have with this too. So they understand that this thing's killing people, so they want to film it, and I thought that was kind of lackluster. I would have been way more like, we got to kill this fucking thing, like, let's go set out to destroy this, not film it. I was just like, okay,
they're trying to get that Oprah money.
And it's just like, that's kind of to me it was just a lame objective. That's what I like. That's what works so well about Jaws. They're going out to kill the shark. It's just like, all right, we've had enough of this shark fucking things up. We're gonna go kill it. That's what works so well for me about Jaws. It's just like, it's like an adventure, like to go kill the shark. This is just like, well, let's film this thing, and so we can, like, Oprah's not even a show anymore, is it?
It would have been then.
When does this take place?
I thought this is like a very contemporary film.
Yeah, same.
Fry's, the company, the whole company itself died in 2021.
But that's the thing, though, Mark. I think in this universe, Fry's is still a thing. That's the thing. Like, I think COVID does not exist in this universe. I don't know, but
I got the feeling, maybe 2015-ish.
No, I think it takes place, like you were saying, like contemporaneously.
Well, looking at their technology, in the barn, he takes out a flip phone.
Right. But maybe he just doesn't care. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
because I think other characters have smartphones. I think.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, I don't need a smartphone.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Flip phone's all I need.
The TMZ guy was on an electric motorcycle. Oh. It was a decent sized electric motorcycle, so they have been around a while.
So, okay. One thing about the TMZ guy, which I don't know if that's what they were going for if he actually was from TMZ. But I think that's the most heavy-handed it got. Maybe not politically. It's just like TMZ. They're annoying. They're bad.
Well, this being a film about Hollywood and Hollywood culture and everything, I think it was very heavy-handed on that message right there, for sure.
Because the only purpose that guy serves is it gets OJ out there to lead the flying asshole back.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, it served a purpose, but at the same time, just like, oh, by the way, TMZ, they're annoying. They badger people, and it's like, well, I kind of already know that. But
he's like, wait, are you recording this? Get the camera.
Yeah,
I'm getting abducted.
Everything needs to be filmed. Yeah.
Well, and when they went out to film it, instead of killing it, it's a lot easier to film it. They have their proof to go on Oprah, and then I don't know if they have the wherewithal to figure out how to kill it.
Right.
Show them, like, okay, remember, like, the flag gets stuck in its sphincter, it's like maybe like try to have them find out how to kill it, like try to get together, like, how do we kill this thing? That flag got stuck up in it. Maybe if we hooked a grenade up into it or something, try to blow it up. I don't know, man. I think that would have worked so much better.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, well, let's just try to get on Oprah. Like, I don't know. It just kind of fell flat. This movie just one of the main things that just falls flat for me.
Maybe that's another argument, is these are just horse trainers and a fries guy. They're not military personnel. They just want to make some money, True. And that's kind of like modern times too. Is like everybody, like, if you see a fight or something, you whip out your phone.
True.
Try to get it on World Star or something.
Yeah, instead of trying to break it up.
Yeah. Nobody ever tries to break up a fight nowadays.
Yeah,
they just record it.
Right. Yeah. But again, it would have just made the movie probably more of a spectacle.
Yeah.
And you're going for a spectacle, and it's just, I don't know. I like the extraordinary aspects of movies. That's why I go to see movies. Mm-hmm. The Gremlins dive, one of my favorite, I make the illogical logical. Like, that's what movies are. They make the illogical logical, and that's what I like about them. I understand it's not real life. I can suspend my disbelief a lot of the time, if it works for me. But I just thought that, again, it's just, and the way it died, man, like, it's just like, I almost feel like they were going for like a stand up and clap. No. Oh, it sucked up a balloon and poof. Oh, all right. Well, it's dead. Like, it could have just been so much more fun and grandiose and just like, like a big, like, yeah, to me, it's just like, it's such a wimpy way to go out.
I don't know. I really enjoyed that finale.
Okay.
Because she's still trying to get that Oprah shot to get some money.
And she does, right?
She does, yeah.
And the well, again, another setup earlier on, she goes and accidentally photobombs the kids with it was like a well? I don't know what the hell. I guess they're recreating like the movie poster for that fake movie he was in. But
Holes.
Yeah, it looked like holes, yeah. But yeah, again, M. Night Shyamalan, something sets up later on in the movie. Mm-hmm. It's not just M. Night Shyamalan, but knowing how much Jordan Peele likes M. Night Shyamalan, I can tell it's just like, I want that signs. I want that. What they do in signs, I want these payoffs.
Something else too. If it would have remained the butthole, would that balloon have destroyed it? Maybe they had to change it into something that's a little more frail in order to kill it.
Mm-hmm. Also, why does it change into that? The sheet-looking thing.
It made for a hell of a spectacle again.
Yeah. But again,
it looked cool. It looked abstract.
To me, it doesn't
like otherworldly.
It doesn't. I mean,
it's definitely not like the most threatening thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, and it's different. It is different, but.
But that's the thing about extraterrestrials is like, there's so many different possibilities in the universe. They're not going to be little green men.
Right.
It's going to be something like super fucked up, like just a fucking square, and that's just going to suck you up.
And actually,
for no goddamn reason.
The thing too is like this could be interdimensional. It doesn't even have to be from outer space. It could be like Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could be like, it doesn't have to be from outer space. It could be. I don't know exactly what they're going for. Everyone's saying it's an alien, but it could be like something just that got lumped into our universe. Via interdimensional travel or something. I don't fucking know.
Or maybe it's from the deep ocean. Looks kind of like squid-like.
Maybe. Yeah, perhaps so. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, when it unfurled itself, I just sat back. It's like, oh my God. It's like a payoff that didn't happen, for me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
It wasn't payoff?
No, when that thing unfurled itself, I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Stay a butthole.
Yeah.
You know, you look more menacing.
It did,
You know,
yeah.
that's
It
true.
did actually. Yeah, I agree, Mark.
But I really like the shot of like OJ trying not to look at it, and in the background you just have it like
Yeah.
morphing, and it's like, what the fuck is happening now?
Yeah, it was a good setup shot. Yeah. Again, like I do. This was a technically very well made film or movie. Like it had the. It had the budget, it had the, even had the cast, and the people behind it, but just...
It just didn't land for you.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it didn't follow through.
I will agree. You can take out most of the Stephen Yeun stuff, and it'll still be a great film. I appreciate that it's in there, though. It kind of adds that disturbing layer into it. Once again, I really enjoyed hanging out with these characters. I think Keke Palmer is very charismatic. She was great in this film. I want to see her in more stuff with Peele.
Yeah, her and her brother, they were like polar opposites, and
Yeah.
like you, I would hang out with them because
Right.
Yeah. That's what somebody said. I think I was listening to an interview with the cast, and they were like, it's almost like OJ, he learned how to actually run his dad's business, whereas Keke Palmer learned how to talk their dad's business. And apart, they can't really do it. But if they're together, they can make one Keith David
It's about
to run the
family.
business. It's about family.
It's about family. One thing I think this will probably be the last thing I have to say, and again, it's a downer. When he just shows up on the end at the horse, like you find out that he's still alive. It's just like, oh, okay. Like, again, it just didn't have that like moment, that rising, like the crowd stands up and cheers. It was just, oh, he's there.
It reminds me like the end of a Clint Eastwood cowboy film or something. The dust is finally settling, and he's there in the end. I liked it.
Okay. No, I'm glad.
Very Western themed, and
yeah.
the way he's like posed and everything, and it's even in the Western themed
Yeah.
theme park.
Right.
it would have meant more to me if that wasn't his sister and it was actually a love interest. Then I'd be like, oh
maybe.
yeah,
I don't know.
there's the shot. Yeah.
Maybe for that shot, yeah. I don't know. And they did the whole thing about how like he was trained for horses and she wasn't by the dad, and they got that I'll be watching you thing.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it would have
all
worked.
worked.
I don't know. That's a good question to bring up.
No, I mean, everything else like you're talking about is fine. I just thought that one shot
maybe, yeah,
was a boyfriend girlfriend
sure,
shot.
yeah,
I think.
okay,
But,
yeah,
no, everything else they should have stayed siblings.
yeah.
I tell you what, though, she came in and saved his butt. That commercial, didn't she? I mean,
Yeah.
she sold it like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. That's what I liked about that. That's how I would have acted. I was like, hey, so, it's just, I don't want to do this. I can't stand talking to people.
Another
And
thing,
she comes in, and, she's the people person. It's like, okay.
do you know what that tool was in the commercial in the beginning? The guy, he has like a stick and
Yeah.
a metallic ball, and it scares the horse.
It might be a lighting thing,
Okay.
I think. I could be wrong.
Well, later
Yeah.
on, Daniel Kaluuya's character is homemaking
I think he bought one or something.
and then it never pops up again.
Yes.
I was like,
I
what?
think that's how he realizes maybe that it you shouldn't look at it. Again, it's just all these things that are set up that just don't pay off.
All right, Ian. What do you rate this one?
I'll give it a 3. I'm not in the mood to give it a bad rating. Again, technically, technical aspect wise, cast wise, cinematographic wise, it's a very well put together film, but the plot, the character maybe decisions and this, that, and the other thing just did not. It just left me, again, much ado about nothing. Even the alien presence just. And I hate, I don't like to bring this up, but there's just so many other alien movies that, again, when they're bringing up, like, Close Encounters, even Jaws and Jurassic Park and Signs, I just would much rather watch those movies. I just think those movies execute so much better and more, they just have better plots. Just, Signs has its problems, but I think that's probably a better written movie.
It's got Mel Gibson, man.
Yeah. And again, I like the cast in this was good. It was, but it just, some characters were just fucking just like, okay, well, that was a little silly, or some plot aspects of this were silly, and yeah, it just took a lot of it out for me. But for some, and then maybe you said this about, I think, the Nicolas Cage movie, the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. You were in just maybe not the mood. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood for this. I don't know. But I'm not in the mood to give it, just to trash it, or to do this, that, and the other thing. I do see where this. I do see the positive aspects. There are positive aspects to me about this film overall, but I think where it's supposed to hit, it doesn't, and that's where I take a lot of it down. But I'll give it a 3 out of 5.
Nice. Mark, what do you give this one?
Excuse me, 2.5.
Yeah, I was very close. I was very close.
I like the characters. I think it was way too long, and there were way too many dead spots in it.
Did we bring that up? This movie drug and was too long. And again, man, like, that's why it's like, maybe take out the monkey mash, graveyard smash shit.
Yep.
Like, because you're right, this movie drug too much. Too much. You could have cut shit, maybe almost a half hour out of this fucking thing. Because this is over 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could feel it. I think we bring that up a lot in I think we maybe, like, I don't know if it was The Northman or something else, but we've been bringing up that a decent amount recently, that something was too long, and this is one of them.
Huh.
Anyway,
they just need to trim the fat. You talked earlier about Michael Wincott's character, and that didn't need to happen. You're right. I don't think it needed to happen. The vibe that I got from him, though, when he was sitting on his porch doing his editing,
he's just watching Nine Inch Nails music videos all day. Like, what are you doing?
Was a bum,
like, well, that was and he's watching things of animals. Why? I thought that was gonna have to play into something. Like, he would have known something about this thing via watching animals, but no. Like, just things that are gonna get set up and don't pay off. It's just like, come on, movie, Jesus Christ.
Maybe to show that he's shot animal documentaries before, so he's ready to shoot the new beast.
I guess
The next big beast.
I guess
I just
don't know,
figured
dude.
the horse one that OJ was trying to that they were using for his commercial or whatever. Maybe it was a documentary, and he was just going to add that to his lions and tigers and bears. I don't know. So, but yeah, that was a big thing. When it unfurled into the sheet, dude, it lost me.
Yeah.
It just, the monkey thing. They could have. If they want him to be a child actor or whatever, and have his little room of goodies, be proud of it. She comes in, oh my God, you're such and such. Well, here, look at my room. Kind of thing, and keep them. That was just. I don't know if he was going for some kind of shock value.
It almost feels like that.
I don't know,
and
something.
It's almost to the point where it's just like, it's kind of fucking silly. Like, a monkey went and fucked up a sitcom show. Like, if it worked, if it just had something to do with the fucking plot, maybe it would have worked, but it doesn't.
Has that ever happened in real life?
Okay, so I was almost not going to bring this up. I really like the movie Mallrats. Mallrats, there's the whole plot of it. They're at the mall, and a dating show is getting put up in the mall. And our two stars, Jeremy London and Jason Lee, like, they're trying to get back their girlfriends. Jeremy London's girlfriend is going to be on the show. And Jeremy London and Jason Lee are getting told, like, yeah, they're just bringing back some dating show. They're trying to, like, do, like, some 70s nostalgia thing. And they're like, that's so stupid. And Jason Lee is like, yeah, why can't they bring back good shows like BJ and the Bear? Now, that's a concept I can't get enough of. A Man and His Monkey. And I've seen that movie so many times, and once I became a teenager, I was like, what the fuck? Was that an actual show? Like, what the fuck? Like, Man and His Monkey?
Yeah.
BJ and the Bear was an actual show. It was about a guy and a chimpanzee. So, and I almost think the movie was trying to, doesn't Daniel Kaluuya say something? Yeah, it was the first time they ever, worked with a chimp on a TV show. I don't think so. I think they did it with BJ and the Bear.
I think Ronald Reagan, when he was acting, he worked with a monkey.
The Bonzo, where the fuck, yeah.
Clint Eastwood, I think, had a monkey.
Every Which Way But Loose, yeah.
We should do that one. That's awesome.
That's a cool movie, yeah. I don't know. I was just like, well, wait a minute. No, to my knowledge, there was a show called BJ and the Bear. I have no idea what the fuck it's about, like a truck driver and his chimpanzee.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. It's just, again, it's just like Much Ado About Nothing. Okay, and like,
But
Come on,
you know, but
like-
thinking about your audience, you know, are you, if they made a reference to BJ and the Bear in the movie, would you know?
Yeah,
What
because
they're
I've seen
talking
I've seen Mallrats. Yeah, but it's like, again, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to portray that things don't, like BJ and the Bear do not exist in this movie? Because again, we are told that these fictional properties exist, but then Saturday Night Live exists too. It's just, I don't like that mishmash. To me, it's just like, it's like you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. It's like, no, that's not working for me. You kind of gotta do one or the other. It's just like it's awkward. It's ham-fisted to me, just like that whole fucking scene.
One more thing. I'm sorry, Carlos.
No, I'm sorry for.
Oh, you're okay.
I told myself I wouldn't get worked up about this, but I am.
What is the deal with the shoes sticking up? What is making the shoes stick up?
That's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
thought was really interesting too, because yeah, it does go back to the flashback, and the shoes just sticking up right there
But it's in his little museum too.
in the exact same position.
Right.
So I thought that was really interesting. Kind of like the same way, like people will collect toys or something or collectibles.
Yeah,
He's collecting his traumas. I thought that was very interesting. And he kept it in the same exact position because he wants to almost relive that day or something. I'm not too sure.
Exactly. There's no what does this do for the character? He hasn't, like, I read this thing. It's like, well, you know, he's just it just goes to show he hasn't learned from his you know, interactions with animals in the past. Yeah, so he's a dumbass. Like, are you just trying to show that this character's a fucking moron? Like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm not supposed to get it. I don't know. Maybe someday someone, you know, this will actually be like a masterpiece that no one or not many people understood when it came out, and maybe someday someone can explain that to me. It just, you know, in my head, I just all that shit was just pointless.
Well, I think I was saying it earlier too. It's like you're a child actor who's getting molested by Michael Jackson or something, and you cover.
Michael Jackson had a monkey too.
Yeah, and you basically
Bubbles.
Yeah.
you cover for him the whole time. Like I know a lot of lawyers were like, "Hey, did you get molested by Michael Jackson?" And years and years, those little boys would say, "No, he's my friend, and then eventually they come out and say, "No, he actually did like rape me."
Well, but the thing with that is there's no actual. I don't want to get into too much about this, but we don't have like documented evidence of Michael Jackson ever doing that stuff. I sounded like that, you know, this was fairly certain that this monkey went nuts, and you know, it was like you can't deny what the monkey did.
Yeah. Well, there's many ways that child actors can experience trauma.
That is true.
Not just Michael Jackson.
But what does this
like,
trauma do for the? I feel like such a douche. I feel like such a pretentious like college film student. What does this trauma do for the character?
Mm-hmm.
What does it do for
it
the-
allows him to run a alien show and sacrifice people or sacrifice horses.
Couldn't he have done that already? He could have just been trying to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the whole thing is just like, okay, so you showed a monkey going nuts. Okay.
The monkey going nuts also reminded me of that true story about the woman getting her face ripped off, which we eventually do see Stephen Yeun's like co-star from back in the day.
yeah.
She's like there with the drape over her face.
And again, it's just like, okay, shocking image, cool. I don't know, dude. Like it just didn't work.
It's
for
just
me.
supposed to be shocking
For the
imagery.
sake of being shocking, and sometimes that, well, you know, it can work for me sometimes, but not for this. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Again, I don't know if it's just the mood I'm in. It's just like I just felt like I didn't get enough of a payoff with this movie, and I'm just giving it a 3 mainly because it was made well, and somewhat acted well. But story-wise, I don't know. I mean, I almost feel like maybe I'm going back on my principles, because I feel like if you don't have a good story, you don't have a good movie, and I feel like this doesn't have a good story. But I'll leave it a 3, and maybe someday I'll regret what I rated it. But I don't know. I feel like giving it a 3. Wait,
Maybe
did you
we
rate
should-
it? Did you rate it yet?
No, I'm too busy. Still.
Oh, no, you're
you're
busy.
okay.
I'm busy.
So
Talking
3. I got a 2.5. Carlos, talk to us.
You know what, guys? This might be my favorite Peele movie so far. Us was a little bit confusing for me, his second entry. The first one was very, very well done. Had the story, like we're saying. But I do get annoyed by people who say, like, oh, this is too political, you know, I don't want to watch that. It's dumb, and they're just trying to send us a message. This one I felt like didn't have a big message. I felt like it was just go in, watch a big old blockbuster, watch a big old spectacle, like we keep on saying, and Jordan Peele will keep saying in all of his interviews. And I think I just sat down and had some fun thinking about what the hell is out there in the universe and the different ideas. I thought that this was a very fresh take on the alien genre, having the UFO be the beast. I thought that every performance was fantastic. Daniel Kaluuya killed it. The lighting was amazing. Lighting these black actors. You can see that a lot with modern cinema now, is like Atlanta, the TV show. They're
Right.
lighting their actors fantastically.
Right.
Keke Palmer was very charismatic. I loved her character. Brandon Perea, he was pretty good. First time I've seen him in anything, and I thought that he was very, very good. Michael Wincott, he had the authority. Stephen Yeun, I actually really liked his performance in this one. I'm a big fan ever since Walking Dead of Stephen Yeun. Music wise, I mean, we got more of those slowed down like 80s songs. I thought that the visuals were fantastic. Those angles of the thing expanding were so insane that it was like scratching my head, like, how is this happening? Ian said that the finale wasn't a big payoff, but I actually really liked it. She got the image, she blew the thing up, and we found out that OJ was alive at the end. I thought it worked very well for me. And then it cuts to orange after that. Oh, yeah. We didn't even bring it up. He's wearing a Scorpion King crew
sweater. I guess they were contracted for Scorpion King back in the day, but they didn't go through. They used camels instead or something.
Yeah.
I forget what the... Yeah.
Yep. That was a good shout out.
Sure.
I think that was very cool about this movie too, is Peele he's grounding the film in like modern times too. He's putting the SNL in there. He's saying Scorpion King is a part of this universe.
That's another thing too.
He's saying
Again,
Fry's Electronics is a part of this universe.
Not gonna lie, Carlos, I didn't even think about that. Again, real property, Scorpion King.
Yeah.
But then we have these bullshit movies and TV shows that Stephen Yeun's character was. I don't know, man.
Like, you don't like the mix. You don't like the mix of the fictional. I'm trying to think of
what else does that. I'm sure something else does it. It just doesn't work for me in this at all. Especially Saturday Night Live making fun of a tragic event. Yeah, that would have gone through.
That doesn't work.
No, yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
it works.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. I think it works.
I'm glad.
I think that it says like, hey, like this is the real world that you're living in, but also I'm gonna add some fucking crazy shit to it and have a chimp tearing people up.
And I know, you again, suspension of disbelief. I understand that, but for some reason, I just can't do it with that. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what it is. Grounding it in the real world makes you almost believe it a little bit more that there's a maybe UFO in the hills.
Yeah, maybe so. Because again, like I like UFO movies. I like movies where other beings are terrorizing or doing whatever. But again, it's just like it's such a grandiose concept, and then you're having something with a monkey and Saturday Night Live making fun of it. It's just like what? I don't know, man. Anyway,
I think Stephen Yeun explaining those backstories, though, it was fantastic to see him do that, to act it out.
But
I'm sorry. I know it doesn't work for you. It worked for me. I gotta say this.
Much ado about nothing. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I think this film worked very well for me. But I am way more casual in these kind of films than you guys. Like I haven't seen Mallrats or most of these UFO films that you guys are talking about.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I like Mallrats.
Yeah. I gotta say, I might agree with you guys. Maybe trim a little bit of the fat off just to get a little bit of a quicker runtime. But other than that, I just want to hang out with these characters more. They were a lot of fun to hang out with. I think that the setting out on the Haywood Ranch was a lot of fun. The rules, don't look at the beast, and you can't use electronics around it, made a lot of interesting, made the main characters do a lot of interesting things to get around those things. Yeah, I think this one worked for me, guys. I got to give it a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Yeah, just trim the fat a little bit, and we're good.
Nice.
Yeah, but that was our review of Nope 2022, the new Jordan Peele flick. Next, we'll be reviewing RoboCop 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
in a
very
matter of moments.
And I think pretty soon, Brad Pitt's new film, Bullet Train, is coming out. I don't know if you guys are interested in that one.
I'm going to see it, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I already got my ticket because
Oh, wow.
if you get it from Cinemark, they'll give you an NFT.
Oh, my God.
I know.
What's the NFT?
I have no idea.
Wow,
I
okay.
got the ticket, though, so
How-
I better get one because I've
How-
never had one
How
before.
progressive.
I know,
Damn.
right? I just thought it'd be interesting. I never had an NFT, so I want to see what that's like. I hope
Yeah.
it's just Brad Pitt. Just sexy Brad Pitt
Sure.
NFT.
Yeah. There you go.
So yeah, expect Bullet Train sometime. I think at the beginning of August. We may cover that one. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Please like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Comment down below.
Yeah, let us know what you thought.
Let us know what you thought. Let us know if there's any movies that we should be watching.
That too.
Let us know if you've been watching anything good recently. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Until next time,
Signing off.
signing off. Later.